Welcome back. In this video we are going to be talking about 6 gorgeous paintings of gardens, but before we do that I wanted to thank today's sponsor, which is Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Now let's just go ahead and jump into it. Hey guys, as the intro suggested, we are going to look at 6 paintings in this video. Now, out of the 6 paintings, 2 of them are in triptych style, and I wanted to take the time to explain what triptych is. A triptych style of painting is a painting that has 3 sides to it. It's the same painting, but it's divided into 3 sections, right? Now, the reason for that is that in the olden days, a triptych style of painting is meant to be on the altar. So these are altar pieces, but because of the size of an altar, they made them in a way that you're able to close the picture, and it's the reason why they have 3 sides, so you can fold them, right, and then be able to save space. Now in today's world, this is an example of triptych style of painting. Usually I've seen that when people paint like big flowers, they divide the paintings into 3 sides, and that's a triptych style of painting, right? I got this picture off Pinterest, and right here is this triptych style of painting. Okay, so another good example of a triptych style of painting is Hieronymus Bosch, and this is actually a classic example because that picture was meant to be an altarpiece, but because of the erotic nature of the painting, it was deemed not appropriate for the church. It is somewhere in Spain right now, but it's also one of the pictures we're going to be talking about. So I just wanted to put that out there and explain what triptych is, right, before we get into the video. So let's go ahead and get started. The first picture on the screen here is Claude Monet's Agapanthus triptych. Now, if you paid attention to what I said earlier of what a triptych style of painting is, this is a classic example. You look at the picture, it's the same picture, but it's in 3 sections, right? And this picture is 42 feet long. 42 feet long, and according to history, this was painted during World War I. Some people said that he could hear gunshots in the back as he painted this picture, and I think that was what prompted the quote that I put at the beginning of my of the video, right? So that's when he said that, right? It was painted in Giverny, which is a small village in Normandy, France. Okay, so let's go to picture number 2. The second picture here is of Hieronymus Bosch, and it was a picture that I talked about in my last video, where I used it as a preface to give you an example that a picture tells you a very, very powerful story. Now, this is another example of a triptych painting. You see that it's in 3 sections here. The first panel is the Garden of Eden, and then you see that it descends into chaos, right? There's also a very powerful story behind this, and this is why this painting was supposed to be an altarpiece, but because of the outlandish nature of the painting, it was deemed inappropriate. This painting was done between 1490 and 1510, and it's currently in Spain. The third picture on the screen is of John Constable's flower garden, painted in 1815, and this picture is of his parents' landscape where he grew up at, and he wanted to showcase it. And I think it's so gorgeous. Even at that time, you can see garden rooms and like just a very, very nice scenery, right? This picture actually reminds me of the painting style of Thomas Kincaid and Norman Rockwell, but most people disagree with me, so I don't know. I'll leave that for you to decide. I'll show some of their pictures here. I know that maybe Thomas Kincaid is a bit of a stretch comparing it to this one, but okay, so I'll leave that for you to decide. So let's just go to the next picture. Hey guys, so now with this picture, every time I think of it, I just giggle. So the intention behind this picture is very, very naughty and very dubious. Like, it's just a bad picture, right? But I love the garden. Let me tell you the story. This picture was painted by Jean-Honoré Fragonard. I hope I have that right. And it was painted in 1767. Now, in the picture, you see a woman on a string. So somebody in the French court at that time wanted a picture of his mistress on a swing being pushed by a bishop painted by Fragonard, right? As he hid in the bushes to be able to see the underskirts of the mistress, right? One of the main things he wanted, okay, was that the woman's ankles had to be exposed also, and that's why in the picture you could see a man hiding in the bushes, staring at the underskirt of the woman there, and somebody pushing this swing. Absolute insanity, all right? But one of the reasons why I love this garden is because of the Greek motifs in there, which is the statues, the little angel. And it's so ironic because when you have those things in a garden, it shows innocence and discretion. But look at that. Look at him hiding in the bushes. Silly, silly, silly. So the next picture on here is by Edouard Manet, and the name of the picture is Déjeuner Suburb. And I hope that I'm pronouncing that right in French, Déjeuner Suburb. And it was painted between 1862 and 1863. And according to history, this picture had a huge, huge impact on modernism, right? Because at that time, a lot of the painters who wanted to show their work had to follow specific rules, and this painter specifically refused that. He did what he wanted. In his painting, you can see that it would be inappropriate to showcase his work because there's a naked woman right there staring right at you. When you look at the picture, there's a woman behind, and by showing that, he just wanted to do his own thing. He didn't want to bow down to any rule. He didn't want to abide by any rules set forth or anything like that. His painting was rejected over and over again. So the last painting here is that of Van Gogh. It's a painting of olive trees in mountainous landscape, which was done in 1889. This is one of 18 paintings that he did, right? And you guys know that a lot of Van Gogh's famous paintings were done when he was confined to an asylum. Paintings were done there, and one of the reasons why he painted these particular paintings was that he discovered that by doing this, he felt very much closer to God. And I just think that this is one of the most stunning paintings that I've ever seen. Now that we've talked about all these paintings, there's more to these paintings that I actually said. I just gave you a brief summary of all these paintings, and if you want to know more about this is where Skillshare comes in. And I want to thank today's sponsor for the video, which is Skillshare. I don't know if you guys know of Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with over 25,000 classes for creators or anyone looking to brush up on their skills. So here are some of the classes here on the history of art. If you love the video that I did and you want to know more about art or any history, there are so many classes that you can actually just take right here. One of the classes I'm taking is right here let me see right here. It's mythology in European art, and the lady here is Karima. I don't know the last name and I don't want to ruin it, so I'm not going to pronounce it, but she's very, very clear when she speaks. She's also from Germany. She's German. There's so much knowledge to be gleaned from them, so I love listening to people internationally, right? So let me just play and for you to hear her speak.
Why are the concepts of ancient mythology so important for European art? We seem to have heard so much about the ancient gods, goddesses, and heroes, and about their power over mankind ever since the beginning of the European culture in ancient Greece.
And Skillshare is offering 1,000 people a chance to try it out. It will be a premium membership, and I am going to link the link below for you guys to click on. Please do check it out. The classes have such clarity, and the instructions or whatever you're trying to learn is just very, very detailed. Alright, so I hope you guys check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this video, please do consider subscribing. I hope you're staying safe out there. I love you guys, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye.